Of neighbors in Southwest Portland say they can no longer support the idea of one of those safe rest villages on Naito Parkway.
The site is supposed to be home to about 40 people, but neighbors say the city and county have ignored their concerns. Fox 12's Simon Gutierrez tells us what those concerns are.
Now, those neighbors initially supported that Safe Rest Village, which you can see coming together here on Naito Parkway, but they say their requests for specific safety guidelines have gone unanswered. A few dozen small, white, tiny homes sit behind a fence at 2185 Southwest Naito Parkway, soon to be home to the Queer Affinity Safe Rest Village, designed to house members of the city's LGBTQIA+ community experiencing homelessness.
We were in full support of the Safe Rest Village.
But Bodo Heiliger, head of school at the International School of Portland right across the street, says the city and county have not been responsive to neighbors' concerns.
We're asking for a direct line of communication with the county or someone to articulate any concerns around our villages, and they've said no.
Speaking on behalf of the 2300 Southwest Naito stakeholder group, Heiliger said neighbors are asking for a requirement that residents undergo background checks for violent crimes and sex crimes. They also want a 1,000-foot buffer zone around the village that's free of camping, drug dealing, and criminal activity.
Our big concern is that, as we have seen with other Safe Rest villages and C-3PO sites throughout the city, that it will attract additional peripheral camping, drug use, predatory drug dealers, and a build-up of trash and biohazard without support.
Bevan Burns is executive director of Bridges Middle School, a nonprofit private school right next to the proposed village that serves students with learning differences. The two schools near the camp enroll about 600 students between the ages of 3 and 13.
We are also concerned that with the absence of background screening, particularly around sex offenders, it provides an additional security breach for us and liability for us in making sure that we're keeping our kids and our communities safe.
We reached out to City Commissioner Dan Ryan, who has spearheaded the Safe Rest Village effort, asking him to respond to the neighbors' concerns. In a written statement this afternoon, Ryan said, quote, "I am disappointed that the 2300 Southwest Naito stakeholder group chose to retract their support of the Queer Affinity Village and that they chose to do so in a public forum." Ryan also pointed out that he has met with the stakeholder group several times, that he and the mayor have already announced a rule that prohibits camping within 150 feet of Safe Rest Village, and that he, quote, "rejects the notion that Safe Rest Villages will attract predatory drug dealers." Ryan also said he would be happy to meet with the stakeholders again. Reporting in Southwest Portland, Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.